Welcome back to round 2. This is the back 9 coverage at the Green Mountain Championships presented by DISCRAFT and brought to you guys by GKPRO. My name is Paige Pierce.
And I'm Missy Gannon.
And you guys saw this course is quite a bit different than Brewster Ridge. We are in the wide open, very windy Fox Run Meadows course. Lots of OB and distance here. And the scores were pretty good on the front 9. I'm sitting at 3 under par currently. Hailey King and Sarah Hokom at 2 under and Kona Panis at 1 over. And we had some hot scores, including Jessica Weiss, who found herself 4 under early in the round. So we're fighting for a spot on the feature card going into day 3. And the winds are high.
Yeah, the winds are definitely high. I know that in the morning they were even higher. We kind of got a little bit less wind as the day went on, but certainly a factor out here. And hole 10 is 315 feet, par 3, plays kind of up over a little hill, but for the most part it is slightly downhill. And then the basket sort of sits on a similar elevation to the tee pad. So OB on the right side, left side, and you just have to have either a forehand or a nice gently turning backhand and try to land nice and softly onto this green.
Ooh, and Kona was looking at an ace run. We saw it go be just deep, and she said that's okay. She knows how close that comebacker is, and she said it was a fun shot to throw. It's like, man, it was exciting.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going with my Crystal Fierce here, wide Anheuser that just drifts over and has a little too much speed on it. Also find myself out of bounds deep. Hokom going with the sidearm option with her Trace. Puts a nice turn on it and gets that late glide over.
Perfect.
Beautiful shot. Hailey also opting for the sidearm. This is with her Onyx.
Looking to lay it out there flat. Get a nice hyzer finish.
Oof, beautiful. Almost aced it. And hers flew on hyzer the entire way. She has so much power.
Thank you.
Glad to hit that par save putt.
Yeah.
I mean, that shot from Hailey is so good.
It's so good.
It's so fast.
Yeah.
Oh, and Kona just a tiny bit left. But yeah, it does sit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that putt was more downhill than it looked like. But Sarah capitalizes on that birdie. And we will see Hailey do the same. Great sidearm throws on that hole.
And that will tie the lead up. Hokom and Hailey both carding that birdie there.
And going into hole 11, 535 feet, par 4. Main objective is to get a nice big shot anywhere up in the open, but on the left side, I feel like gives you a nice straight shot into this green, which is very tight. Also slopes downhill with OB behind the basket as well. So definitely takes a lot of touch on that approach into that green.
Hokom riding her driver out over OB. Trusting that stable finish.
Yeah, and for her being on the right side, she'll be able to approach the green with a sidearm.
Hailey with the Zeus. Little bit too far to the right. It's not a good spot to be, really. You're pinched. If you're closer to the left side OB, you have a more open look at the basket. So we're gonna see some scrambles over from the right side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a difficult forehand from there, even if you have a good, confident forehand.
And this one is gliding towards the OB and very fortunate kick off that rock.
Wow. Let's see if Kona can keep it more center. She's also flipping over just a little bit, but she will be more in the middle and not quite on that right side.
Yeah, she was just happy that one landed safe. She was...
Sarah hopping over the wall. She'll be outside circle 2 looking down at the basket, probably with a few trees in her way.
Kona again with that Color Glow MD3. It's got some stability at the end of its flight. Oh, and it kisses off the tree. And she's going to be about 20 feet. So Hailey and I over here on the right side, we kind of joke around saying we tried too hard to get more distance and now we're finding ourselves pinched, but she is in the gap, a beautiful Raptor hyzer sidearm.
Oh yeah, and you're certainly super pinched, being that you did get a good amount of distance, but that left you even more pinched for that approach.
And I thought about running this for a moment, but decided it was pretty silly. There is OB pretty close to the basket behind it. Hokom gives it a full send. Not quite high enough. And here's Hailey for a birdie. Slightly straddled. Oh, not quite enough pop. So Kona with the only other birdie look.
Just pulled it a little right. Good cleanup by Hailey. Looks like we will be seeing a few more putts from inside the circle.
Oh, and that one was pretty much in the basket already.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you hit those rings inside there, they just pop it back out. So Kona will take an unfortunate bogey there.
You will tap in your par. Moving into hole 12, 645 feet, par 4. Kind of a two-shot, or two fairways for this hole. You know, you have this first fairway here that is just short of the OB. I think you'll see it, not too many people trying to get to here on the first shot. Most people are going to try to lay up in that first fairway on the left side to give yourself a wide open look over that OB onto the next fairway. We'll see how Sarah navigates with a forehand.
She's throwing a slower disc at that tree line, looking for it to finish just before them. Hailey opting for the backhand. This is her Onyx. Little early out of her hand. It's probably going to be a little more left than she was hoping, but it's open from there. It's just a little bit of a downslope on a run up, as you can see.
You really have to push it pretty long and almost challenge the long OB.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm thinking right now. Just throw it hard and wide on a severe hyzer with my Raptor. I'm actually even okay with deep OB on this one. Just because it makes the footing so much better the closer you get towards the front.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you find yourself on that right side, you are going to be left with a very difficult approach, sometimes even a pitch up to the landing zone. Yeah, so Kona does a good job at committing to that hyzer angle. She'll also have a slight downhill run up. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man. All right.
All right, Hokom lining up a wide open look, but this is from very far away. This is over 400 feet. Not quite enough height on it, and she's going to be outside circle 2. Hailey now with the Zeus. From difficult footing.
Yeah, trying to get that full flight. You know that she could get there. And she finds herself in circle 2, which is a a very big shot from where she was.
Kona now with her Emperor. Oh, it's a little bit low.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that one fly. That was a gorgeous looking line.
Again, that slight downhill run up.
So from here, I'm going with my first run Undertaker. Hyzer flip, and this gets a good late flip in
Oh,
it
yeah.
before it hyzers out.
Perfect. Yeah, that's about 20 feet. That's all you could ask for on this hole.
Hokom having to throw a chip shot into the green. She makes those look so easy. Kona with a similar shot with her AVR X3.
Just got to get down. Okay.
So she is safe, but that's about a 28-footer.
All right, Hailey. Big putt.
Oh my gosh.
Almost
Just
flipped
about
in.
drained it. Oh my gosh. So close. What a good slow-mo. Kona can't connect into that headwind. She will settle for the par.
Good par putt from Sarah. For your birdie, tailwind. That's a big birdie. I don't think you'll see very many.
Right, leaderboard check-in. After that birdie, I'm going to find myself up by 1 at 4 under par over Jessica Weiss, Hailey King, and Sarah Hokom. Jessica Weiss is 3 under par from the chase card, and she's making some moves. Definitely trying to get on that feature card spot for round 3. Got quite a few, or not very many holes left, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, we just took a long walk back over to the other side of the course. Hole 13, 375 feet, par 3. It is pretty much just a big straight shot that's going to hyzer right before that telephone pole. And you should find yourself pretty close to the basket if you can get that distance. For me, I'm kind of aiming for that telephone pole and just trying to get that the fade at the end. Looks like you're going Raptor.
Yeah, I'm trying to aim it right at that telephone pole and just trust the stability. Just a tiny bit too low, and I get a little bit too much ground action there. Hokom going with the backhand here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's really no OB on the left side, but it's just, thick trees, definitely difficult to navigate, and there is OB all on the right side.
Yeah, she puts a little too much hyzer on that one, and she's going to find herself in jail over there. Absolutely no birdie chance, and depending on her look, might be hard to save par.
Hailey with a similar shot to yours, just a little bit shorter outside circle 2.
This is Kona's Roadrunner.
Flipping up. Does it have enough stability to get back?
Ooh, stays safe on the backside. She will have a look. Hopefully that tree is not blocking her putt.
Yeah, and this just shows you the difficulty of being on that left side. You can't even barely see the basket.
Yeah, and if you try to get greedy, kind of like that, you are going to be pinched behind those trees again. Not really many other options, though, from there. Leaves you in such a weird spot.
Hailey giving this a downhill bid. Great
It looked
attempt.
good.
Yeah.
She knew it immediately, though.
Yeah. Looking at about 45 feet.
Kona opting for a sidearm throw with her Nexus Firefly. Luckily, it sneaks over that branch.
Sarah with a lot of work left to do. Just around circle's edge.
And there's one little baby tree she can't get around. She will have a tap in for bogey there.
Hailey cleans up her par.
See if Kona can connect here to save her par as well.
Yep.
Good hit. So Sarah, the only one with some movement on this hole, she's going to drop down to 2 under par.
Hole 14, 275 feet, par 3, does play uphill, and there is OB all along the right side, and that wraps around the back of the green as well. You're likely going to see some hyzer shots, and it's really just all about finding the gap, through all of these trees in the green. They definitely can come into play when you're putting. The right side is slightly more open if you can hang it out right, or go up this middle gap right to the basket. You come in a little hot, but you hit the gap. You're just inside the circle.
Yep. Hailey now with her Onyx. Also looking at that middle gap. And this is just perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
You just have to beat that right tree on that middle gap, and she did that perfectly.
Kona, very similar shot to Hailey's.
Nice.
And pins it. Hits the pin.
Nice.
Hokom going with the trace again here.
Looking
Trying to get it to turn
Yeah,
over.
looking for a little bit more flip there. She will be on that right side, which she'll be in circle 2, but a pretty open look. You could see the wind picking up just a bit more. Nice birdie on 14 here.
That one felt really good to hit.
Let's see if Hailey can do the same.
All right. 3 birdies on this hole is very good.
Yeah, let's see. Kona rounded out here. Yeah, this hole actually played the easiest for our division. We had 24% of the field get the birdie on this hole, with about 68% just getting the par. Hole 15, 325-foot par 3, back in the woods, and this is a nice, technical, tight shot. So many trees. You just need to throw something that's going to have the glide and the nice finish to the right. Definitely can see some forehands on this hole, or just a glidey backhand that's going to finish right.
This is my soul.
Yeah, super technical. Okay.
I knew I didn't hit the main gap. That's funny. Little sneaky. It came in early, but hit a secondary gap. Hailey now with the sidearm onyx. Pulls it a little too wide. It is very hard to get up and down from there.
Kona also opting for that forehand play. Trying to hug that right side. Fortunate
Yeah.
kick to get back towards the fairway. She might be pinched on that right side, though.
This shot was incredible. Probably the best shot Sarah threw all day. Just so beautiful, penetrating forward the entire way down that fairway.
Hailey
And
finding a gap. Wow.
She makes up her own gap. That was so crazy. I couldn't
Yeah.
even believe she got through there clean. Awesome shot.
Yeah, and you could see Kona's just a bit pinched on that right side, looking to throw a floaty Anheuser shot.
This is her new invader. And she pins it
Yeah,
again.
perfect.
This is for birdie. Just pull it just a tiny bit wide.
Hailey to clean up her par. Nice. Again, scrambling. She's doing that well so far.
Hokom stretched out on a knee. Pulls it a little bit wide on the right. She will have to settle for a par here. Myself and Kona from very similar spots on the green. Both convert for par. We're coming down the stretch here. We got 3 holes left, and these are 2 of the most difficult holes on the course.
Take a look at the leaderboard. Paige shooting really well with 5 down so far in the lead. Hailey right behind her. And yeah, I mean, you see Jess just making moves. She's currently sitting in 3rd. Managing this course well so far. Hole 16, 595 feet, par 4. This is also kind of like a 2 fairway hole. You're just trying to lace something up this gap and try to get as far to that front edge as possible before the OB, and then shoot another shot out of the gap into the more wide open up to this green. It takes 2 very well executed shots to get the birdie on this hole. Very technical shot off the tee. Got to control the speed and the angle very well.
This is my Big Z Fierce, just trying to hug it on the right side with some hyzer and get that glidey finish. I liked it out of my hand, but this one is a very difficult hole to get a good landing spot. There's lots of roots down there, so I'm just praying for good footing when I get down there.
Yeah, you're almost trying to like land on that tee pad.
Right. Hailey, another beautifully thrown shot. Again, just kind of
Gotta hope.
you really gotta hope that you have good footing to
Yeah, you
attack this second shot.
You definitely cannot see where you land from the tee pad. It is absolutely blind.
Thank you.
Wow, and 3 super solid drives so far. See what Hokom can make happen with this sidearm play.
Yeah, there's not too much OB to speak of, but if you're on that right side in those trees, it is jail.
Fluffy.
So Hailey up first. This is her Zeus. You can see she's got a little bit of roots by her lie. She manages to miss them, but she's going to hyzer out short left. She's going to be outside of circle 2.
Yeah, fortunate to stay out of those woods, though.
And Hokom just has to pitch out and trust that she can get up and down from there to save her par.
Kona, a little bit of a side slope, but yeah, just a little early out of her hand. She will be in that rough on the left side. Hopefully she can get out of there nice and clean.
And I'm a little farther left than I thought, so I'm going to have to throw a pure hyzer. This is my Raptor.
Great shot. Yeah, that's pretty far to go pure hyzer the whole way. Finds yourself inside the circle. This is going to be a big flexing shot from Sarah to get all the way up there.
She rides that left side.
Yeah, great shot.
Beautiful. Inside the circle. It's a good trust. Sometimes it's hard laying up, pitching out like that. Kona with that MD3. Oh, great spin. About 15 feet from the basket.
The really long look, I imagine it's basically a layup from there. She did it well. She'll be right under the basket.
Hokom now to save par. Makes it happen.
Yeah. You have a birdie look here. Connect. Still racking up those strokes. Good putt from Kona. Yeah, this was the third most difficult hole on the course for us. And hole 17, 395 feet, par 3, swooping hyzer to the left, downhill, OB left, OB right, OB long. Kind of an interesting shot. It's definitely easy to go long in OB if you hold something a little bit too straight. You really have to trust that hyzer line.
Yeah, it's more left than you
Yes.
think every time. If you can hug those branches that you're seeing right now, it's going to be better than you think.
Yeah, what are you throwing here?
This is a Raptor,
Okay.
and
You didn't look too stoked about it, but
I just don't know how to read the hole.
yeah, it is a very
still.
difficult hole.
It's
to read.
always farther left than I think,
Yep.
so I'm not sure what it looks like ever.
Mm-hmm.
Hailey also throwing a Raptor here.
Yeah, a little bit straighter, so she will be just inside circle 2, looking down at this elevated pin.
And Kona lining up with a T-bird, and it also looks like she's lining up wide.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to get pretty far left to stay safe.
Yeah, that's
And
the danger.
It's crazy because it looked like it was hyzering pretty hard, but that just shows you how tricky and unique this hole 17 is.
Yeah, you almost have to saw it off. It feels very uncomfortable.
Sarah Hokom with the backhand. Nice inside hyzer. It's drifting left
Wow.
and inside the circle. And she said this is her first time ever being inside the circle on this
Really?
hole. Yeah. So Kona now throwing for 3 from here. AVRX3.
Trying to chop into the green. Goes a little long. That will feel like a very steep putt up to the basket. from the backside. Hailey from right around Circle 2's edge, actually, and she's running this? What?
What a putt.
I don't know.
If she misses that, she has a 45-foot comebacker from out of bounds.
I mean, that takes a lot of trust and bravery to go for that putt.
Such
Holy
a good
cow.
putt. And finally get a smile out of Hailey. Swear you gotta drag those things out of her. Oh, and Sarah can't convert on her first inside the circle look on this hole. And I miss as well. That is what you call a big putt from Hailey King. Kona just a little too much Anheuser on that release there. She's going to be taking a double bogey.
You're able to clean up your par. All right. Makes good on that putt. It is for double bogey, but a good comebacker. Sarah looking at a similar putt. Walking away with her par.
So Hailey will move up to 5 under with the only birdie there.
Yeah, that was a statement putt for sure. And going into hole 18, 705 feet, par 4, plays severely downhill. And this is probably one of those tee shots that you just need to block out all of your nerves, because you need to commit to this shot fully, having OB all along the right and left side. Everybody watching you in the parking lot, you know, mostly competitors since we don't have spectators out here. It's a cool finishing hole, but it definitely brings in the nerves.
Mm-hmm. Hailey on the box first, goes with her Zeus, and she gets a great amount of distance down right in the center of the fairway.
Beautiful shot of scenery around here. It's just fun to be up on this tee pad, seeing the colors change just slightly.
Yeah. Very difficult tee shot and very nerve-wracking.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a Zeus, trying to keep it nice and low and use all the speed.
Yeah, that is crushed. To be anywhere near that tree on your drive is so far.
Zero now.
She's going to try to hug that left side, and it's fading a little early.
Yeah, and just a tiny bit too early. As you can see, that OB line did start to cut over, so if she would have got that about 15 feet farther, she may have landed safe.
Yeah. Kona going really wide, trusting this disc to swing back. Wow, that was a lot of trust on that shot.
Hokom throwing 3 from pretty far back.
Yeah, still going that outside route with the forehand. It's going to make it quite a bit longer going that route from there. She'll find herself circle 2.
Kona going with the sidearm. Up the center gap with a nice flex on it, but she might have pushed it too deep. Yep. She's going to find the OB deep of the basket. Little less Anheuser. That probably was really good.
Hailey finding herself left of that tree gives her a more open hyzer forehand shot. Skips in nicely. Yeah, she's right about 15 feet to end with a birdie.
Kind of thinking about this tree in my way kind of makes me throw with a lot more arm than I wanted to. Put a little too much power on it.
I wasn't running it.
Okay,
And-
checks up.
Not running it.
I'm going to be 25 to 28 feet deep of the basket.
Sarah from well outside circle 2, looking to lay up. Kona from her OB lie.
Would be to save par if she can hit it.
For your birdie, coming back up the hill.
It's a tiny bit too low. Didn't get that push off my back leg.
Yeah, it's just elevated, this basket, plus that hill. But Hailey finishing strong with that birdie.
Yeah, so that's going to tie up our scores going into round 3. And just what a fun round that was out in the sun. Fox Run. Now we'll be going back to Brewster Ridge for round 3, back into the woods. Lots of technical shots.
Yeah,
Hailey and I on the top of the leaderboard. Sarah Hokom 5 shots behind, and rounding out the card will be Katrina Allen, who's at 1 over par. Jessica Weiss also at 1 over, but Katrina's PDJ number makes her get the position. And a sweet showing for Missy, even par.
Yeah, trying to dig myself back out.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you're notified when round 3 goes up. Thank you again, GKPRO and DISCRAFT. We'll see you on the next round.